And we're gonna get started. So, cross your legs. Sit up on a blanket if you need to. If not, just stay on the ground. And when the leg is comfortably crossed, lengthen through the back of the neck, pull the shoulders up to your ears, and then drop them down comfortably, and then try to pull them further down away from your ears. When you pull the shoulders down away from your ears, feel the stretch or the press down on your armpits. And then pull the shoulders up again to your ears, hold that in there, and try to turn your head to the left. Come back to the middle, try to turn your head to the right, come back to the middle, drop your shoulders to neutral, not pressing down too much, turn your head to the left, come through the midline, turn your head to the right, come through the midline. Now press your shoulder blades down, lift the chest, and turn your head from left to midline and to right, and come back. So you notice all the three different shoulder positions create a limit or a freedom in neck mobility. Switch the legs the other way. Inhale and lift the chest. Exhale and push the breastbone in. Pull the shoulders up to your ears and tuck your tailbone under. Inhale and lift up. Roll the pelvis forward. Arch the low back. Lift the chest, lift the chin. Exhale, push the breastbone into the rib cage. Pull in, pull the shoulders up to your ears, tuck the tailbone under and stay right in there. So you created this hunched position on purpose. Pull your right shoulder towards your right ear and push the left shoulder away from your left ear while you're in the hunched position. Keep breathing. Now change the shoulders, pull the left shoulder up to the left ear and pull the right shoulder away from the right ear. And then pull both shoulders up to your ears. Take a breath in, tilt the pelvis forward, lift the chest up, lift the chin and pull the shoulders away from your ears. Come through the midline. Throat directly over the tailbone. Give me a 50% twist to the right. Inhale and lift the chest, lift the chin, look up. Exhale, stay in the twist and push the breastbone into the rib cage. Pull the left shoulder up to your ear and pull the right shoulder away from your ear. Feel the stretch on the left side of the body from your buttocks to the left ear. Inhale and lift up, pull both shoulders away from your ears. Look up, still in the twist. Exhale, sink the breastbone into the rib cage, tuck in the chin, tilt the pelvis back, round the back, pull that left shoulder up to your left ear and pull the right shoulder away from your right ear. Keep scooping the belly button in. Then lift the spine to a neutral position, twist through the midline onto the left side. It's about 50% of your twist. Inhale, lift up. Look up, lift the chest. Exhale, sink the breastbone in. Pull the right shoulder towards your right ear and pull the left shoulder away from your left ear. Tuck the tailbone under, lift the pubic bone. Inhale and lift up, lift the chest, lift the chin. Look up. Exhale, tuck the chin in, pull the breastbone in. Tilt the pelvis back, round the back. And pull that right shoulder to the right ear, pull the left shoulder away from the left ear. Come on through the, lengthen the spine and bring the body back to the midline. It should feel a little easier and longer. Re-lengthen through the back of the neck, shoulders naturally away from the ears. Turn your head to the left. Notice that should be a little better. Come on through the midline and to your right. And come on through the midline. Straighten your legs and grab your belt. Hook up both feet. Lengthen through the back of the legs, push through the heels, and pull the shoulders down towards your rib cage. Inhale, lengthen the spine and hinge forward. Walk your hands down towards your feet. Keep the back as straight as you can. Keep pushing through the heels and keep pulling through the toes. Inhale, lift the chest a little more. Exhale, see if you can reach the belly button towards your heels, towards your knees, by tilting the pelvis forward. And with that gentle forward tilt, you're going to feel a little more stretch around the hamstrings, where your hamstring touches to your buttocks. Then pull your shoulders up to your ears. Walk your hands down towards your feet, tucking the chin and round over the legs. If you can catch your feet, hang on to the feet. If not, hang on to the back. Pull both shoulders up to your ears. Tuck the tailbone under and feel that stretch all along the spine. Slow down the breath. We're going to hang out here for a little bit without doing anything. Just feel that around the spine. Notice what part of the spine doesn't turn around. It's usually around the low back. The upper back is usually doing a really good rounded position. So think about your lumbar spine and see if you can suck the belly button up and around the part of the low back that doesn't feel like that. Then tuck in the chin a little more, release the back of the neck, and turn your head slowly from right to left. If you were, reach your chin from armpit to armpit. If you were saying no, make sure that you keep in the head and neck in flexion. Come through the midline, and now just nod if you were saying yes with the head. Once you did a few repetitions, notice how much easier to round forward over those thighs, bringing the belly button towards the knees. Keep the chin tucked in, keep the shoulders pulled up to your ears, and then tuck the tailbone under. Pull the belly button in. That should give you a good stretch. Hang on to the legs or the back. Push the right heel forward and pull the left hip back. This movement is coming from your sacrum. Right heel pushes forward, left hip pulls back. Both knees are straight. Reach the right armpit towards the right pinky toe. Lift the left armpit a little bit and look under the left armpit. Shift the weight from side to side. Notice where you're getting more stretch. If I'm sitting on my right booty or if I'm sitting on my left booty. Slowly come through the midline, pull the chest towards the knees, level the feet, and push through the left heel, pull the right hip backwards. Reach the left armpit towards the left knee. Lift the right arm up a little bit, right elbow, so you can look under the right armpit. Release the head and shimmy the body from side to side. It's more like keeping on the pelvis from left to right, so you can kind of get a little more sensation. Where do I get more stretch? Stay in there, release the head, tuck in the chin, release the facial muscles, come through the midline and pull forward, release the head. We're going to do this one more time. Reach through the right heel, pull the left hip back. Reach the right armpit towards the right pinky toe, lift the left elbow and look under the left armpit. Breathe into that stretch on the left. You'd like more stretch, lift the left shoulder to the left ear and tuck the tailbone under. Shift weight from side to side. Breathe. Long exhales. Come on to the midline, leveling the feet, stay rounded. Push the left heel forward, pull the right hip back. Left armpit reaches towards the left pinky toe. Right elbow reaches up. Shift the weight a little bit from side to side. Release the neck, tuck in the chin completely. And then come through the midline, level the feet and pull yourself forward, Let the belt or the feet go, just bring the forearms onto the floor and release the head completely. See how much more you can tuck the chin in. Another 2 breaths in here. And then slowly lower all the way up. When you lengthen up, stuck the vertebrae on the top of each other, re-lengthen through the low back, mid back, upper back, cervical spine, and through the crown of the head. Take that belt out to the side, bring the hands behind you, fingertips facing away, and spread the feet a little wider. Have the knees pointed up to the ceiling, point the toes down towards the floor like a ballerina. Lift the chest, roll the front armpits up and forward. Stay in this arched back position, looking up, chest up, and breathe. Press down through each fingertips. Sense each tips under the pinky, second, third, fourth, and the thumb. And then exhale, sink the chest between the shoulder blades. Let the shoulders come up to your ears, a little bit of internal rotation. Pull the belly button in, tuck in the chin, and breathe in there. Lock the elbows. One more time. Inhale and lift the chest up. Roll the armpits forward. Lift the chest through the ceiling. Look up. Exhale and slouch in. Go slow and try to find the area in the spine that doesn't run a slouch. Can you slouch that area more? And then slowly come on up towards seated. Roll the shoulders up to your ears. Pull the shoulders back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Move them down on the rib cage. And make it a small or a big circular movement. Just go slow. Give me 2 more. Backwards, look straight ahead, have your eyes on the horizon. You don't necessarily need to look at the camera. And then roll the shoulders forward. But keep your eyes steady on something. Great. Take the legs out to the side. Find your widest V, even if you roll back to your sit bone. Then try to roll the pelvis forward. If it doesn't go, bring the legs a little closer to each other. Relax the foot completely, not flexing, not extending, whatever. Good. Hi, Alex. And then re-lengthen through the spine and take your twist to the right. Right arm behind you, left hand close to the right leg. Inhale and lift up, look up. Exhale, sink into that twist with the wide legs. Inhale and look up, lengthen. Exhale, sink in. When you sink in, pull the left shoulder towards your left ear without lifting the left fingertips off from the floor. Inhale again 1 more time. And this time, stay in the twist and give me 2 full thoracic circles. So you move in your rib cage around in a clockwise fashion and then counterclockwise. Notice where the weight shifts. Try to stay on your twist as much as you can. Once you did 2 in each direction, just 1 more time, look up. And then exhale, come on through the midline. Take your twist to the other side. Left hand behind you, left fingertips, right fingertips on the floor. First inhale and look up. Arch the low back, chest up. Exhale, sink in. Pull the belly button in, scoop the belly. 1 more time, up. Look up, tilt the pelvis forward. Looking up, chest up. Exhale, sinking in, tilting the pelvis back. And then lift the chest again. Here comes the 2 rib cage circle. You could start clockwise, stay in the twist. Don't worry about what it looks like. Just move your rib cage all around. Go slow, and then change the direction. Little crack here and there. There's your own chiropractic adjustment. Once you reach 2, lift up through the chest, inhale, exhale, come on back to the midline. Now notice how you can stay much taller with the seated position and the legs could actually go further out by releasing this tension from the spine. Keep the right leg very close, bring the left leg into the midline. Bring the heel as close as you can to the groins. Turn the right palm up and take the right arm under the right leg. Make sure that the right arm is externally rotated, so the front of the shoulder is open. Catch somewhere alongside of that leg. Place the left hand on the top of the left knee and gently push that knee down and away from the front hip while you lean in right. Stay there for a second. Be gentle on that left knee and then take the left arm up and side bend towards the right. You could use the right elbow to help you to twist and turn the chest up. And we could also bring the left hand under the right armpit, catch the back of the rib cage, turn the chest up. So you turn in your own rib cage up to the ceiling. Take the left arm back up and bring it up and over. If you need to support the head, bend the elbow, create a cradle with fingertips really wide and support the back of the head. Make sure that the left sit bone is on the floor. Left armpit reaches long. Can you open up the left side of the body more? Or by leaning away to the right, or by turning the chest up to the ceiling even more. Make sure that the left sit bone is grounded, left butt is on the floor. Breathe into that left side. Maybe tuck the tailbone under a little bit and lift the chest at the same time. It's really nice to let the exhale come out through the open mouth when we have so much tension. So it's more like in through the nose. And maybe today I would encourage you to exhale through the mouth. It's like, one more time. And then start turning the chest down towards the floor, towards that right leg. Bring the left hand on the outside of the right leg and pull your chest, scoot the right arm out from under the right leg and both hands on the outside of the right leg, trying to turn the chest towards the right, the whole chest. Then walk your hands down on the outside of the right foot, pull the shoulders up to your ears, keep turning the chest down towards the right knee, tuck the tailbone under, relax the right foot and give me 3 breaths. Relax the back of the neck on the right side. Well, relax the back of the neck on both sides, not just the right side. Weight is on both sit bones, the pubic area, pubic muscles and buttocks muscles are released. Then bring both hands to the inside of that right leg. Come up on the fingertips. Doesn't matter how close are you to the body or how far. Come up on the fingertips. Arms are straight. And pretend that you're a spider and you start walking in a half circle way towards the midline of the body. And then towards over that left thigh. Walk, walk, walk until you find yourself that you cannot go anymore. Move your props out of the way. Find your right leg, internally rotate the right leg. Reach the leg away from you and slowly shift the right leg behind you. Turn the chest down onto the floor and come on down onto your forearm. So the right leg is so far behind me and so much internally rotated that the top of the foot is on the floor. Take 3 breaths in here, no movement, and we're going to add some thoracic mobility in here. Find the front right hip and try to turn it down towards the left inner thigh. Lengthen the spine, don't let it scoot into a short position. And then give me 3 thoracic circles. Moving the rib cage, Clockwise, go slow. Again, slow movement is good. 3 clockwise and 3 counterclockwise. Don't hurry. Try not to get to the next move. Stay in the moment, as uncomfortable as it is. It's just like real life. We cannot push the clock forward. We cannot push the clock back. We have to deal with whatever the moment brings. And we have to stay in there even if it's very uncomfortable. Once you did 3 thoracic circles in both ways, you have a couple of things, couple of choices. You could stay on your forearms, or if the spine opened up, you could slide the hands forward and release the forehead onto the floor. Choose the position that works for you better. This is about a minute hold. Not holding the breath, just holding the pose. The whole body, think about length from the right fingertips, through the right armpit, through the right hip, right knee, right toes, all that right side of the body. How can I make it longer? How can I relax into the length instead of forcing it to the length? What can I soften? Can I soften my jaw? Can I soften my eyelids? Can I soften my toes? Can I soften my gut? Can I soften my butt muscles, my leg muscles? Next inhale, we're gonna lift the head. If you were all the way out on your on the forearms, come back onto the forearms. And from here, we're gonna press up. Now, when we press up, we have to slide that right leg further out while we coming back to a straight body and slowly swipe the leg back to the midline. Straighten both legs, hands behind you, shake the legs. Give me a couple of ankle circles in both directions. And then we'll do all these on the other side. Start out with your wide stance, wide sit again. Nice and tall, throat directly over the tailbone. Left leg is going to stay open, right leg is coming to the midline. Inhale and lengthen up, long spine. Externally rotate the left arm, turn the palm up, and find the position where you can stay. You can catch the back of the left leg. The body is moving sideways. Right hand comes onto the right knee. Lengthen by pressing down and away. Both butt cheeks are on the floor. Take the right arm up and side bend over to the left. Ground through the right sit bone. Use the left arm to tilt the chest up to the ceiling. Then bend the right arm, bring it down, reach under the left armpit, and roll the chest up to the ceiling. Take the right arm back up and side bend. If you need to support the shoulders or the head, cradle the hand, open up the fingers, and cradle the head. So you could rest the forearm on the head, or you could hold the head if the neck needs to be supported. Ground through the right sit bone and see if you can add a little more side bend or a little more twist, meaning chest up to the ceiling. Now the first few moves might be I'm forcing myself into it, trying to find what is my position, where it is. Remember, there is no end, no right end position to this. It is like, how can I explore a little more mobility in here? Press down through that right sit bone, breathe into the right side of the body. When you exhale, let the whole facial muscles relax. Think about the lion roaring, and you are all muted. You can all make a roaring sound or just a huge exhale. Huge inhale through the nose and all out. All the tension out. Don't be afraid. We've been holding this for a long time, and we might need to hold it for another long time. Then slowly bring the right arm towards the outside of that left leg by turning the chest down. At the same time, you have to slide the left hand out from the inside, and both arms are catching towards the outside of the right leg. Any length. Some of you might be at the ankle, some of you might be at the knee. Don't worry about how low you go on the leg. Think about how can I help my body to twist and bring my chest turning towards that left knee. And then once you have the full twist, walk your hands down low, roll the shoulders up to your ears, tuck the tailbone under, and breathe. Fully release the tension from the belly. Pull the shoulders up to your ears. You could work a little bit tucking the tailbone under, and that will lengthen the right side of the body. It will lengthen both sides of the body, but you might feel more on the right. All inhale comes to the lower belly. All exhale scoops out and let the diaphragm come up and in. How can I lengthen? How can I soften? Couple of more breath in here. No butt squeeze, no kegels. And start bringing the hands to the inside of that left leg. Be a little spider, come up on the fingertips. You reach in long away from the body while you move in your spiders in a circular motion through the midline. Let the spine be guided by the arm movement. Torso turns over that right leg. And if I keep pulling over to the right side, don't get short through the spine. So you're going right and long away from you. At certain point, that left leg has to internally rotate, point the toes, and swipe the leg behind you. Reach it long. See this side, I can go even further with my twist. It's a little more open. Forearm comes down onto the floor, elbows under the shoulder for a moment. Just take a couple of breaths in here, and then we'll add the thoracic circles. Now make sure that the left front hip is constantly going and facing towards the floor. The left leg is reaching away from the left front hip. The lower forearms are parallel on the floor. Find your rib cage, and at your own pace, give me 3 rib cage circles in both directions. Remember, don't anticipate, don't go fast. Almost like you're resisting the urge to do the movement. Relax your face. Whenever you feel something tightens up, let that go. Notice how different is this side comparing to the other side. After 3 circles in both directions, you could choose to stay on the forearms, or you could walk your hands further away and get a little more length through the whole upper body. This time the left side of the body is lengthened, so arms, elbows, armpits, left front hip, and left knees, left toes pulling away from each other. Unsqueeze the buttocks every time you find yourself squeezing. Check your facial muscles, check your jaw, make sure that there is no grinding. Think soft, think light, think easy. Think happy, think hopeful, think kind. Not to others, to you, to yourself. And of course to others too. That's not a question, but to yourself first. And that's not selfish, that's just taking care of you. Internally, emotionally, mentally. About 3 or 4 breaths. Once you're ready, move slow. Come back onto your forearms, just for a moment. Onto your hands, straighten the elbows. While you're rolling the chest towards the front of the mat, already reach through that left leg, get it long, flex the foot. So by the time you sit it on your booty, the left leg did reach really long, then swipe the leg back to the midline and bring both legs to the front. Lean back if you were on the beach, shake the legs, and give me a few circles through the ankles. Do the full ankle circle. Don't cut it off halfway through. Full circles. Notice how much you cheat in rotating the legs. Can you keep the legs steady and just do the ankle movement? It's not as easy as we would think. Bring the soles of the feet together and grab a sip of water if you need to. I know I need to. Have the blocks close by. Sit nice and tall, catch the front of the ankle bones, maybe the foot, maybe the lower shin bones. Feel that you sit in directly on the top of the sit bones. Press the 4 corners of the feet together, but move the toes away from each other. Even if you have socks on, like I do, spread those toes. Press in through the heels, reach the right knee away from the right front hip, pull the left thigh in, and then reach the left knee away from the left hip and pull the right thigh in. So your sacrum is moving. Keep this movement. One leg reaches out from the hip, the other leg pulls in, and then you switch. Then you switch. Feet are together. So if you let the feet move away from each other, the movement is not going to come from the sacrum, not going to come from the pelvis, because we're just moving the legs. But if you fix through the feet, the movement has to come from the sacrum. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, show me your hinge with the chest pointing up to the ceiling and the back is straight. Look up, pull the shoulders away from your ears. You could press down with the elbows onto the top of the thighs. And then slowly come back, throat over the tailbone. Grab your block and put the block in the skinny way between the feet. Move the feet about an inch away. Press the 4 corners of the foot into the block. Pull the toes away. Lengthen up the spine and show me your hinge. Again, straight back. Chest comes towards the front corner of the mat, away from the body. And come back, throat over the tailbone. Flip the block to the medium width. Press in with the feet. Pull the toes away. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, hinge forward. Press the feet in to the block, pull the toes away. Can you tilt the pelvis forward and lift the chest bone away from the pubic bone? Move the shoulders down, away from your ears. And then come all the way back to a straight seated position. Flip the block to the widest width and have your heel in contact with the block. Now, the top of the foot is not going to touch. We're actually going to reach the top of the feet with the hands and try to curl over the toes Try to curl the toes over the block. Do not break your tarsals and metatarsals. Just gently curl them over. Press the heels in at the same time. You lean in forward, of course, shoulders away from the ears, and the belly pulls up and in. Notice how much stretch you can get in the front of the feet. When you do that, stretch through the top of the foot. This is very important. Keep pushing the heels in while you're stretching the top of the foot. Do not engage your groin muscles. And then release that tension. Bring the feet together to a comfortable butterfly. Notice how easy that feels. Hinge forward first, as far as you can go. Have the blocks close by, maybe even the bolster. Once you hinge forward, then you cannot go any further. Reach the chin, forward, pull the shoulders up, tuck in the chin and round over. Try not to shorten the spine while you're rounding forward, so you're also pulling away from the pubic bone. Shoulders come up to the ears, releasing the head all the way down. If your forehead doesn't touch the toes and you feel that you will have a little support, you could bring the blocks any height you want, placing the forearms in there and release the head. Or you could reach for your bolster and place it on the blocks and down over. This is a choice of yours. This is a longer held position. If you do not want to use the block and you just want to hang over the legs, that's fine completely. I'm just warning you, we're going to be here for a while. So I need you to be able to fully let go whatever height you choose. And sometimes at the beginning we feel, oh, I don't need that much support. And after 3 breaths, you feel the body just wants to curl back away from this position. Now come on, grab your props and put them under your forearms, under the head, whatever you need. So after you settled, we're just going to do a little thoracic movement. So find your rib cage and slowly give me 3 circles in each direction. Try to make that circle as big as you can and try to keep pointing the chest forward even when you're circling back or you are on the outside of the circle. Notice how easy or how hard that is. Where do you feel the tightness? Where do you feel some pegging and pulling? Once you did 3 in one direction, let's do the other direction. When you pull the chest back and round the upper back, you feel that the pelvis wants to tilt backwards. Let it happen. Exhale through the mouth is accepted today. And then after 3, release the whole body. Soften the jaw. Check your facial muscles. Make sure that those are released. Tuck in the chin and let the head or be supported on the props or just hang. Shoulders up to your ears to create more length in the fascia along the back. Pelvis is tilted back. Think soft, think light. Soft eyelids, soft jaw, soft tongue. 3 more full breath. Keep the chin tucked in. Next inhale, We roll the whole body up. Keep the chin tucked in. Stop the vertebrae from the lumbar spine, mid-back, upper back, cervical spine, back of the head, and fully re-lengthen. Stay there for a moment. Move the shoulders, give me a few shoulder circles back, forward. Keep the feet where they are, keep the legs where they are. I'd like you to find your blanket or support, whatever you have in town, and we can roll this up to a small roller. The size of the roller should be according to how tight your upper back feels and how much you move today. Mine is like medium or a little thicker than medium. I've been up for a while and moved around. Place that behind you. I know it's a little bit of a challenge to do that. Have the blocks on each side. You could already bring them under the legs. Start leaning back and let's try to organize this roller. Maybe just come down on the forearms first, and I would like to judge and get the roller directly under my bra line. And I did a good job, it's directly there. Support the head, release the upper back onto the blanket, lengthen the back of the neck, and release the back of the head onto the floor. Now, when you try to open up the chest, the hips, the knees might start pointing up to the ceiling a little higher. So you might need to reach for those blocks and flip the blocks higher to support the back of the legs. Or just keep the same height on the block, but bring them closer to the upper thigh. Re-lengthen the neck after you organize your legs. Couple of options with the hands. You could place the hands on the top of the front hip bone and see if the pelvis is tilted or tipped in any direction. Adjust it back. You could take the straight arms out to the side next to you or have a gori position, 90-degree angle bend with the elbows and the palms pointing up. Fully close your eyes. Close your eyes. Scan your body and notice the arch under the low back. Let it happen for now. Take your attention a little lower. Notice your buttocks. Let go of the tension of the squeezing of the glutes. Let the legs be completely relaxed into the blocks or cushions on the outside, whatever you're using. Soften the pubic bone and soften the lower belly area. Soften the mid-belly. Soften the obliques, the side and muscle area. Walk your way up to the chest. Soften the chest bone area. Walk your way up to the front of the shoulder. Soften the front of the shoulder area. Soften the throat. Soften the jaw. Soften the face. Soften the eyelids. And we'll hang in here. Feel that you can be heavy and supported onto the props, with the props, without pushing into the props. So it's almost I'm letting go of my body and have it hover into the props. As soon as I detect some kind of tension, because one part of the body is always going to pull into a little more tightness than other. As soon as you realize that you shorten in somewhere, bring the breath in there and let go. Think soft, think light. Think about your body. Give yourself another few minutes this morning instead of worrying what's happening on the outside, which is really, really hard to do now. But really, even just for 10 seconds, 15 seconds, could you bring your attention inwards? Tune out my voice if you need to for a few moments. Listen to your own breathing. Can I hear my own inhale? Can I hear my own exhale? Can I make it softer? Can I trace the breath? Where does it go? Where does it not go? Three more full breaths. Next inhale. Bring the arms to the outside of the upper thighs. Use your inner thigh muscles and the arms to bring the legs together. Knees together. Feet on the floor. Knock the knees together. Widen the feet. And just let the knees push against each other. Let the low back settle with that one. And then shimmy the feet a little closer to each other so they are hip width distance. Move the heels towards your buttocks, knees apart. Press down to the heels, lift the buttocks high. High enough so you can reach back with your hands and you can curl down the blanket to a flat position. If it doesn't curl that way, just pull it out and then slowly release the upper back. Hold for a moment, don't hurry. Mid-back, release the brow line. Hold the rest of the body, hold the lower back and the booty of the floor. Then release the low back, but hold the buttocks off above the floor. And then release the buttocks completely. Keep the low back flat. Bring both knees into the chest. Hug the knees, lift the head. Start shimmying a little bit from side to side. And then grab under the thighs and rock front to back. Give me about 3 or 4 rocking movement before you come up to seated. Straighten the legs for a moment. Slide off the blanket. Shake the legs. We'll do an easy square pose. Bend both knees and bring the left foot, left shin down onto the floor, crossing the leg in front of you, and take the right leg on the top of that. Now the right ankle did not cross the left knee, it is right at the inside of the left knee. So you look down, you see a triangle in front of you, the shins are parallel to the front of your mat. Now I know I would like to have a little support under both legs. And sometimes when the hips are tight and the knees pointing up to the ceiling, you also want to have an extra support under between the shin bones so you can feel a little better. On this side, I don't need that. We'll see the other side. So this should be comfortable on the knees, on both knees, and on the hips. Tilt the pelvis forward, tilt the pelvis back. Think about that the pelvis is a bucket of water. You spilling the water forward with your forward anterior tilt, and you spilling the water backwards with your posterior tilt. Do that a couple of more times, forward and backwards. And once you did a forward tilt, bring the hands down towards the front. Can you touch the floor? Or you might need to grab onto another prop that you can rest the forearms. We're going to pull the shoulders up, tuck in the chin, and round over. Now, anybody with a lot of flexibility on the inner thighs will be able to open up and bring the chest down towards the shin bones or onto the shin bones. Everybody else just going to be supported on some kind of props, or if you don't want to have the props, just look your hands forward and let the head bend. It is up to you. This is about a minute hold. You feel free just to hold the position or add some kind of thoracic movement, jaw movement, eye rolls, a different breathing pattern. So this is your free will kind of movement. Do I want to move? Do I want to side bend from here? Maybe pull one shoulder up and the other one away. This is your exploration. Explore your own body. Bring your attention inwards while you're doing that so you can feel and you can stretch the necessary, you can move towards the way that your body actually gets some benefit from. No rhyme and rhythm to this. The only way you can do this wrong if you don't listen to your body. Don't think perfect pictures, doesn't matter. Unsqueeze your glutes. The pubic area should be light. Pelvic floor not squeezing. Lower belly not squeezing. Soft jaw, soft eyelids. Can you move the sit bones away from each other? Can you soften your gut area? Can you soften the shoulders? Can you let the head be heavy? Keep it clean your breath. Keeping the head down, start rolling up from the low back, start the vertebrae on the top of each other, create space mid-back, upper back, back of the neck, and the head, lengthening through the crown of the head if someone was holding you by a ponytail and suspending you from the head. Keep the spine tall, keep the legs where they are, give me a twist to the right. You're gonna hold this for 3 breaths. You could add movement or you could just stay in the twist. Much longer breathing pattern, so it's a longer inhale and it's a longer exhale. Expanding with each inhale and creating less space with each exhale by pulling the belly button in and pulling the rib cage and the floating ribs towards each other. Huge expansion with the inhale. Keep the spine really tall. Take the twist to your other side. Again, every inhale is an expansion. Every exhale is a surrender. And come back to the midline. Take the top leg off, onto the floor, bottom leg, straighten both legs. Shake the legs, maybe roll the legs from side to side. Maybe give me some ankle circles. And let's do this on the other side. Rebend both knees. This time the right leg comes under towards the floor. Left leg comes on the top. Remember, both shins are parallel to the front of your mat and the heels are not in your booty. You see in a triangle. Your support is whatever you need. Maybe the blocks under the upper thigh, maybe the blanket over the bottom leg and under the top leg. Maybe not. Maybe just one block. I don't know. The left ankle did not cross the right knee. Tilt the pelvis forward, spilling the water forward. Tilt the pelvis back. Forward, backwards. The whole spine is moving, but the driver for the movement is the pelvis. Then start leaning forward. Notice how far you can go in here. Remember, this is going to be a longer held position. Do I need my support? Do I just want to fall over? I don't know where you'd like to be. This is a longer hold, so find your position that is appropriate. It could be completely different than the other side, so do not expect the same outcome. Remember, our happiness sometimes depends on our expectations, most of the time. So we have to change the expectations so we can manage everything else better. I should write that down for myself. Okay, this is a long enough position to add movement through the thoracic spine, rib cage circles, through the jaw, jaw glides, maybe some neck movement, maybe some eye rolls. This is again an exploration. You explore what you need. Do I just need to pull my right shoulder up and twist? Do I need to pull the left shoulder up? Do I need to tuck in with the chin? Really just feel that nobody is watching. And this is all about how I feel. What feels good? What is that is really just the body never moved in that direction, and we never really paid attention that it wants to move in that direction. That is the freedom of movement. That we can explore. And hopefully, the more we explore freedom of movement, the body will become more agile and liberated. And when we move better, we can create better strength with less effort. We can create better balance, better agility with less effort, even better endurance with less work. Think soft, think light. Check on your glute muscles. Those are the first one to squeeze. Check on your pelvic floor muscles. Those are the second one to squeeze. Check your jaw. Those muscles are again first one to squeeze. How can I create more space for the back, for the floating rib, for my kidneys, for my adrenal gland, for my spleen on the left, and for my liver on the right? Expanding with the breath into each area. One more breath. Keep the chin tucked in. Start rolling the pelvis back. That's going to tilt and tip the pelvis back. You start lengthening through the lower spine. Stop each vertebrae on the top of the other with a lot of space between them to create space for the discs, mid-back, upper back, back of the neck, cervical spine, and the head, chin levels to the floor. Stay tall, lengthen the spine, give me a couple of shoulder circles, backwards, forwards, find your throat directly over the tailbone, and twist left first. Right hand on the top of the left knee, left hand behind you. Make sure that you're not leaning forward. Throat is still over the sit bones, over the tailbone. 3 breaths in here. Slow and expansion with the inhale, and slower and a little more restriction with the exhale. Sit bone stays wide, lower belly and the pelvic floor remains soft. Lengthen the spine, come onto the midline. Think about the spine rotating each vertebrae like a bead or a pearl necklace. Take the twist to the other side. Make sure that you're not leaning back or forward. Tailbone is directly under the throat. 3-4 breath. Expand through the floating ribs to the pelvic floor. Come on through the midline. Lengthen the spine, lean back a little bit so you can place the legs to the front. Straighten the legs, hands behind you. Shake the legs, few ankle circles. And to get to your resting position, a couple of actions in here we could do. You could choose to lie flat completely with no props. You could choose to have a support under your head. You could choose to have, it's good to have options. The lower legs supported on some kind of height. I really like to have my calves supported and have the back of the head, the back of the neck supported. This is one of the best ways to fully unload the hips, the front of the hips, also unload the low back. If you decide that with the legs straight on the props, that is not giving you enough stretch in the low back, bring the feet on the top of your bolster and knock the knees together, feet wise, knees together, or you can do that on the ground. Whenever the knees together and the feet are wide, you're releasing the low back. If you would like to do a butterfly position, some people really find this very relaxing, and we did a lot of hip openers, so this might feel good. Just make sure that you know that whenever the knees are apart, feet together, it's a little more tension on the low back. I just like to have the legs straight. So whatever your position is, you settle down into that. Realign the spine, re-lengthen it for a few moments, and then just settle. Palms together. Start rubbing your hands until you feel heat in there. Eyelids softly closed. Bring the palms over the eyelids. Cover the whole eye socket. You should feel some heat going through there. So, a little darkness, which might feel nice. After a few breaths, the heat will go away. So you could keep your hands in there if that feels relaxing. Or you could bring the arms down onto the belly or by your side. And from here, there is nothing else you have to do. Let your body be heavy with each inhale and light with each exhale.